Right, anyway. I've got so much video editing to do. So, that is where the fridge is going. It doesn't give me much of a space, a central aisle, but it's small, it's a small van. What do you expect? I've played around with the fridge a little bit to give it a little bit more of a... I've took the door seal out because I need it to dry out inside and also clean it all up. It's a bit mucky. But yeah, that ice box, it was originally folded around and affixed to the roof. My plan is to play around with it internally a little bit. Underneath this is going to be a sheet of Celotex or something along the lines of Celotex, polystyrene or something, just to give it a bit of insulation from the refrigeration section. So the cold is going to be at the top, slightly insulated from the thing. There's still going to be some leakage because it's only going to be a thin sheet, but should mean the icebox stays nice and cold. And doesn't leak out into the rest of the fridge. You know, you want the cold staying here. I do plan on making something to support it to this side using some stainless screws, which I've got a couple of here. Stainless steel screws on some stainless brackets. I'll probably make them just to go into the side of this, screwed in. There's already some holes here from where our original door was. I'm going to put a door on it again. That was pulled off. Like I said, I got this fridge from scrap, so it does work actually. I've been using it for the past 2 years at work, this fridge, and I thought, you know what, it's destined for greater things. So yeah, I've got a couple of other ones of these as well. This fridge runs R600A gas, which is lethal. It's bad stuff. You don't want to use it. I'll probably show you my face while I'm talking to you guys, but I think I'll look a mess. Let me have a look. Oh, you can't see me very well anyway. There you go. Hey. So R600A gas is, it's basically butane. You're basically running butane gas as a refrigerant, which works quite well as a refrigerant, to be fair. The downside is it's a bit explosive. Well, not explosive, but it burns, combusts. You see a lot of people in like people who can't afford to regas the air conditioning in their car, for instance. They will use butane, and to gas up their aircon system on their car, they'll just tip the bottle upside down and let it go in. You know, I mean, it works, but it's not safe, and I don't think it would pass any safety inspections. R134A is the gas that I'm going to be running in that fridge. I'm going to I'm going to take it to one of our regassing places that removes refrigerant from fridges. Working in a scrapyard, you know, we know these guys. So I'm going to take it there. They're going to punch a hole in the side of the compressor. I don't care about the compressor that it's got in there, the fridge motor. I'm replacing it with a 48 volt one for the leisure system that I'm going to have on this van. So yeah, that's the fridge. In my head it's going to work really good. But my head's broke, so yeah, disabled from the neck up, you know, usual stuff. The fridge. Keep talking about this thing. It's going to be a big thing in the van. Really, really looking forward to this fridge working. To make this fridge way more efficient, I am going to... There's no radiator on the back of this fridge. It just uses the evaporation from the motor itself as like the condenser, which is a bit shit. The evaporation, the heat soak from the motor itself. So that basically the motor is the radiator, the surface area of the outer skin of the motor. Bit shit. When it's had the motor cut out of it and the 48 volt motor chucked in there, it's going to have a radiator condenser, under the floor of the van. The refrigeration lines are going to go down under the floor of the van and come back up again, because in really hot, it's going to remove the heat from inside the van. So on a hot day, this van is probably going to get, even though it's insulated, it's still probably going to get to like 30 degrees in here. It's probably going to get really hot. The fridge is going to really struggle to keep a freeze on things. So having the condenser down there under the floor of the van with maybe a fan blowing over it or something, it's just going to help it so much and become way less of a load on the solar panels. Just be more efficient in general, really. It's a slight inconvenience, but it's not really that much of an inconvenience. I have found a little loophole in the UK law stating that when it comes to refrigerant and gas, now I'm not F-gas licensed, so I can't technically gas this fridge up, but in Halfords, which is our UK car store, they sell whole things refrigerant top-up kits for your air conditioning. You can buy that kit, go to your car, fill it up, and then return the bottle to them. Now, I'm not sure how much refrigerant this thing's going to take. I'm going to go on pressures, what pressure the motor draws, and this on the suction line. When it's the same pressure as what a car one is, I'm going to say that's enough refrigerant in this thing. If it's too little, it's just going to freeze up. If it's too much, well, it just won't be efficient. I won't get a good enough dissipation between the high and whatever. You guys don't want to know that. So that's really cool that you can do that. I say I'm not 100% sure it's still legal, but I am 80% sure it's legal. The whole thing's going to be held, like I say, you can build a refrigerant system, no problem at all. You can build that. You can make the world's greatest refrigerant system. You can vacuum that system out to make sure there's no atmosphere in any of the refrigerant lines. You can pressure test it. You can, just in general leak test it. The only thing you're not allowed to do is put refrigerant from a bottle into it. But somehow, I'm pretty sure that law gets around it. The fact that you return the gas can after. I don't know, it's difficult. Otherwise, why would Halfords sell a top-up kit? I mean, technically for that, it's more illegal because, well, your car's already lost the refrigerant, so there's a leak in it. So how can that be legal? When it knows that your refrigerant system, the people saying it don't know, they don't care. But I'm sure someone out there who said to Halfords, yeah, you can do it, know that you can top up a system with a leak. Whatever. I don't know, don't care, it's helping me out. And besides, if you've got a friend who is a bit techie with refrigerant systems or not a company, you just was to put this thing with a little service valve on it, the same valve as say a car AC system, just braze it on, solder it on, whatever, onto the inputs to the compressor, which is where your valve should go. You could put a high pressure one on there, but it's not, you don't need to. Not on the system like this. You never really use it on cars. It's only really for testing purposes you put the high pressure one on there for. That's all you need really. And then you could take it to anywhere like a car regassing place and just say to them, can you evacuate the system of this refrigeration system? It's the same as a car air conditioning unit, and then just fill it with gas for me. They should do that, I can't see why not. It's not air conditioning, but it's still a refrigeration system, which is what aircon is.
Nice.
Yes, it is Michael Rosen.